Good morning, my name is Keith Kondrich and I'm the Executive Director for the Society of St. Vincent de Paul here in the Diocese of Pittsburgh. And for today's Monday meditation, I'd like to talk about second chances, falling down, and how we judge other people. My son Teddy, who's now 18, has always been considered as our family philosopher. He's what my mother-in-law and my grandmother would call an old soul. In other words, he's always been very wise for his age. And I can remember a time when he was very little, we were driving down the parkway here in Pittsburgh, and we were passing the Allegheny County Jail. And I was teasing all of my children, telling them that that's where the bad people go. If you're bad, you go to jail. And I can remember my son Teddy's response, and again, he was just a young child, maybe 5 or 6 years old, and he said, "Dad, I don't really think there are any bad people in jail. I think there are just a lot of good people who have done bad things." Think about that for a minute. I don't think there are any bad people in jail. I think there are just a lot of good people who have done bad things. And that really blew me away, and that has stuck with me for over 12 years now, thinking about that young child's response to what is considered bad. Where do bad people go? And the fact that, Dad, there are no bad people, there are just good people who have done bad things. When people fall down, when people make mistakes, when people get into a jam or do something that's wrong, what is our response to them? Are we cynical? Are we sarcastic? Are we impatient? Do we whip them with their problems, telling them that they're weak, or they're bad, or they're evil? Do we tell them, get up and move on, get out of my way? Or do we say, how can I help? Without any judgment, without any expectation, without condemnation. You know, on his way to Calvary, to his crucifixion and death, Jesus fell 3 times. And as Vincentians, as members of the Society of St. Vincent de Paul, but as any Christian, we are called to see the face of Christ in the people we encounter every day. The people on the street corner, the people at the bus stop, the people in our workplaces, the people in our churches, the people in our neighborhood. We're called to see everybody as Christ, to see the face of Christ in anyone we encounter. And so how do we judge them? How do we react to people when they fall? We could react like the centurions and the soldiers and the crowds around Jesus, right? We could react in that way and kick and spit and condemn him. We can kick and spit figuratively and literally on those people who fall around us, being quick to judge, being stingy with our mercy, just like the centurions and like most of the crowd. Or we can act like Simon of Cyrene, and we can help Jesus carry that cross. We can help the people we encounter when they fall to get up, to move on, to continue with their lives. You know, all around us, people are overburdened by the many crosses that they struggle to carry. And sometimes they fall. And sometimes they fall more than just once. Do we look on those people as unworthy of our help, as undeserving of our assistance? Do we tell them to go away? I've already helped you once. Do we say, you know what, you had your chance? Do we dismiss them as bad people? Many people in our world today feel that they are at that moment of final falling, that their burdens are too heavy to carry, that they can't bear anymore, and they're crushed. They're crushed by the weight of the crosses that they feel unable to carry. They feel unable to go on. And so what happens? Oftentimes what happens is those people look for relief in drugs or alcohol. They look for relief in physical or material pleasure. Some of them look for relief in crime and violence. And the worst case scenario is that some people look for relief in suicide. They look to escape it all. They've just fallen too many times and nobody has been there to help them get up. Or too many people have judged them as just another bad egg, another bad seed, Jesus fell 3 times. And that's a reminder to us that even in those moments of complete helplessness, even in those moments of complete despair, even in those moments when we have the tendency to write someone off, that there's always hope for redemption. Pope Francis reminds us that the mercy of God is endless. It's infinite. It's inexhaustible. This week, as we encounter people around us that we would think of as bad, or as we would think of as unredeemable, or as we would think of as really not worth our time, let's try to be more like Simon of Cyrene. Let's offer to help. Let's offer to carry their burdens. Let's make sure that they know from our actions, from our words, from our demeanor, that God's mercy is endless. You and I are the messengers of that mercy. God bless you and have a great week.